Hello there.
So I've already done a video about the changed ending for Jurassic World Rebirth. There was surprisingly some stuff, not surprisingly actually, if you have followed the leaks all the way back, some stuff that was changed for the Jurassic World Rebirth film. Not only including the title, which is something I'm going to cover in this video, but the ending to the original movie was drastically different than what we saw in the final Jurassic World Rebirth. What we know right now and what is confirmed is that Duncan was set to die, but the same leaks that I touched on that said that Duncan was set to die also said we were set to see a major Spinosaurus fight with the D-Rex. So we don't really know if any of that is true. We do definitely know, because Variety covered it, that Duncan was set to die in the film. But a funny feeling we're going to find out more about this supposed T-Rex versus D-Rex fight. And I'll cover this in other videos too, whether or not we actually were going to see it. And I'm going to cover as well the evidence for the fact that we were set to see this fight. But beyond that, we are also hearing that there was a different opening for Jurassic World Rebirth and that there was actually cut Raptor scenes for the film. So we're going to get into exactly what those scenes were in this video. If you guys enjoy my Jurassic content, then check out my channel. I have a whole bunch more stuff just like this, and let's get into it.
The Atomic Fair.
Okay, so months and months before this movie was released, or even officially really confirmed in terms of trailers and stuff, there was information coming out about this film that we were set to see Aztec ruins where a Spinosaurus was going to be living. It was heavily going to be inspired by the Monsterverse and things like that. Whether or not that was originally planned in the movie, we still don't really know yet. I'm sure it will be confirmed or denied at a later time, but it does seem more likely now that we are hearing about the original intro for Jurassic World Rebirth. So it says the original opening sequence of Jurassic World Rebirth featured an Inca tribe witnessing trees shaking, which turned out to be a bulldozer from InGen setting up their laboratory. However, the studio decided to alter it because it was too reminiscent of Indiana Jones, and Frank Marshall didn't particularly appreciate the callbacks to other movies. Now, like I said, that makes a lot of sense because early leaks on this movie were saying that we were set to see a Spinosaurus living in Aztec ruins and kind of being worshipped like a god similar to Godzilla in the Monsterverse, and it was supposed to apparently take heavy inspiration from that. And that would also make sense if you have somebody like Frank Marshall here saying he didn't appreciate callbacks to other movies, also scrapping the apparent Spinosaurus scene where we would have seen it living in these Aztec ruins, which is just such a massive shame. It seems like there was so much stuff on the cutting room floor for this movie. There are way too many cooks in the kitchen. There are way too many people thinking and overthinking about scenes and thinking about what should be in and not be in the movie. And it just gets to a point where there is just too much back and forth going on, and I think eventually everything just starts to come apart at the seams, including cool ideas like a potential Spinosaurus in Aztec ruins, or an opening scene of the movie where we would have seen an Inca tribe getting mowed down in the Amazon, or at least their home getting mowed down. I don't want to say the Inca tribe would have been murdered, but definitely would have seen their home getting mowed down as they attempt to build a park. That would have made a lot of sense to have as an intro of the film. It just seems like there's too many cooks in the kitchen, like I said. But we also have a huge raptor scene that was cut from the movie, and this was stuff that we actually saw in the trailer, where we saw Dr. Henry Loomis kind of say raptors, and we kind of knew that we were set to see them in some way, shape, or form towards the climax of the film, which we also knew was going to take place on the docks long before the movie ever came out. But this tweet here also touches on the fact that one of the deleted scenes from Jurassic World Rebirth showcased the velociraptors having a more significant role in the film. Towards the end of the movie, they corner the group at the gas station before being spooked by an even bigger threat, the Mutodons. In some of the behind-the-scenes footage, we can see this sequence being shot with people wearing raptor heads while the group stares on in horror. And then there's more of a breakdown from the article that touched on these deleted scenes, together with the disheveled shipwrecked family that's complicated their dino harvesting DNA mission on a remote Atlantic island. They stand frozen in fear on the forecourt of a long abandoned gas station at the velociraptors approach, or rather the raptor stand-ins, a pair of performers stalking forward in bodysuits, their heads bobbing beneath long snouted helmets detailed with the deadly predator's distinctive features. Friend points his pistol at them, they pause, spooked, then back away, disappearing into the misty night "Yeah, you better run," friend yells, but Bailey cautions him, "No, that wasn't the gun," he says. "It was something else." So, like I said, guys, it seems like there was so much stuff that was cut out of this movie. It's kind of mind-blowing. Why would they cut out all of the cool stuff? We're also hearing additional stuff about the ending of the film, which I'm going to touch on in another video, but I have no doubt that we're set to hear more and more and more about what was cut and deleted from this film, and I will be right here to cover it on this channel. So if you guys enjoy this kind of content, then check out my channel. I have a whole bunch more stuff like this. You can also go back and look at the leaks that were being reported on by me and other channels before the film was released and compare that to what the final product of the movie is if you want to do that. That's all on my channel, but if you guys enjoy this stuff, consider subscribing, and until the next video, be safe and stay well. Bye-bye.